Hey, welcome to Midlife Good Life. I'm Tim, and this is
Susan.
And we are
In the car.
as usual. And we are in the car, and we're not going anywhere because we are under
Curfew.
the great storm of 2016. So we are sitting here in the car because we are
Pretending like we're going somewhere.
and we're-
Because all of y'all should go sit in your car because I bet you are sick and tired of being housebound and you'd like to pretend to go somewhere too.
our city is under Eunice is under curfew because we have been under probably 18 to 20 inches of rain in the last 24 to 36 hours. We're expecting some more rain tonight, and we're waiting to see what happens for that. So we have been home. This is what I don't understand. We have been home all day today,
All day.
and I got no nap. And I was up at 5 a.m. this morning. I could have
Wait.
thought, like, if we're home all day, we've got no agenda, no place to go, nothing to do.
Nothing you can choose to do either.
I would think that A, I would sleep in,
Yeah.
B, I'd get a nap.
Like sleeping in so much, it kind of makes me crazy. I don't like to sleep in. So,
Were you thinking past 5 a.m. this morning?
yes. Why?
What would you say would be sleeping in would drive you crazy?
Like a sleeping in till like 7 is like, whoa, that's like really sleeping in. I better get going. Chop, chop. I don't, yeah.
But 6:45
It just
wouldn't
almost
kill it.
gives me the creeps of like, if I'm in bed past that. It's just like, I gotta get up and do something. I can't waste this morning.
But 6:45 wouldn't have killed anybody.
No, that would have been fine. But why were we up at 5 a.m.?
I'm not so sure.
Because Ashley came to the door and said, I thought it was a dream at first. And she came to the door and said, Mom, my ceiling is like leaking water.
Yeah.
That is not something you want to hear.
When our children were small and were infants and couldn't sleep through the night, I managed to sleep through those. But for some reason, I was up at this one.
You had to get up. Yeah. So we went, and sure enough, dripping water. The best thing is she had just bought her books for LSUE for the coming semester, and they were all sitting in a pile on her floor right under where the drip was. And fortunately, she got the drip and she found it and she heard it because it was like making a splatter noise. And the books were completely fine. I guess they were a little to the side, but like the books that cost hundreds of dollars were fine. And so then we got the bucket and the towels, and we were like, oh no. And Tim went up in the attic. So not only were you up at 5 a.m., you were
way
in
up.
the attic.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a happy place.
It's not a happy place.
No.
Oh,
So
it's not.
he fixed it, put some buckets up there, everything.
When she
and then
says
you showered
fixed
and
it-
went back to bed.
Briefly, yeah.
And so then it was like, I don't know,
6:30, 6:45,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But then we were awake. But what do you mean fixed it? When I say
Yeah, it's
fixed,
not fixed. We just put a garbage bucket in the attic, and hopefully it's catching the right stuff.
And then like 8 hours later, I think it is now stopped dripping in her room.
Yes. But we've got lots of rain in the forecast overnight, so we have
But
to
we
see.
found the problem. We fixed the problem, and there shouldn't be large dripping in her closet, in her room anymore. But I don't know that she's gonna sleep there tonight because she's kind of paranoid. Because it was like at the base of her bed. Oh, and then it started at the head of her bed. Like there's a couple of places in there now.
You keep using the word fix in a very interesting way.
I mean,
like the
fixed,
way you use
like
it.
a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
We have a Band-Aid on the ceiling right now. So then what happened is it started flooding like up the carport, but we were very fortunate because we are on a high road.
We always take the high road.
But we are on a high road, and there was never any fear of the water getting up in our house. Well, I mean, I think you just watched it when it was like up the carport all the way, because never since we've lived here for 9 years have we ever had water to the parts like up in the carport like we had water. So I think there was this, this is not good. But we have several, a good 6 inches before we get too worried about the door and everything. So we were very fortunate. A lot of people in our area were not so fortunate. a lot of people in our church, a lot of friends, a lot of people in other parts of Louisiana, not so fortunate. It's a mess.
So we didn't nap.
No.
So what did we do during the day today?
Well, the church got water in it.
Yes,
So
it
you
did.
had to deal business with that. And then just city information coming to you about church stuff that you had to deal with. And I got stir crazy a little bit, so I had to like clean the floors.
You did.
And I vacuumed, because it's like, if you're going to sit in that house all day, you want it to be nice all day. I can't stand sitting in a mess all day.
Yeah.
So I cleaned a little bit. We made food.
Yeah.
We don't have food to make for tomorrow, though, so this needs to get done because I need to go to the grocery store.
So how did you choose what we were going to eat today? Basically, you just cooked the only thing in the house.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So how did
This
you...
is how you know
how did
that
you
we're not
choose-
really Cajun, because we don't have a freezer full of food either. You can open my freezer right now, and there's like...
There's no fur in it.
I don't think there's any meat in the freezer. There's some bacon. And right now, it's pretty empty shelves, too, because we just took out... So that's what we had for lunch. So for dinner, we took everything that was in the freezer, all the snack foods in the freezer. We had taquitos and soft pretzels. We did have some leftover pasta. We had
All the
fish
things that we had
sticks.
saved if there was a sudden and emergency Super Bowl.
All the finger foods, and we baked them up, and that's what we ate for dinner, which was actually a really good dinner. Very tasty. But now we're out of freezer food. So, okay, the curfew needs to be lifted. The water needs to go down because people's houses are flooded and bad things are happening, but also because the Moffats need to go to the grocery store.
Now, before someone sends over, supplies, we do have peanut butter and jelly.
We have half a loaf of bread, peanut butter and jelly.
We have some
And
cereal
we have cereal and milk,
and a little bit of milk.
so we're not going to starve.
Yeah.
And we have leftover tater tots. A few, we didn't eat the whole bag of tater tots, but I baked them. So tomorrow morning for breakfast, I'm going to toast up those tater tots really nice and crispy. And we have 2 eggs in the house, and I'm going to scramble the eggs, and we can have a hot breakfast of eggs and potatoes. There's 4 of us, so we each get like half an egg and like 4 tater tots
But you're missing the headline to the story, the lead to the story.
that I'm going to make breakfast.
That you're going to make breakfast.
That's pretty amazing
Yeah.
for me to make.
But there's other food in the house. I mean,
Yes.
you can shake and bake that one sweet potato that's in there.
It's true. I bought a sweet potato because I thought Molly might be coming last week, and then she didn't come on Friday, so I had it for Molly. So we have 1 sweet potato, and I have a box of shake and bake.
And like some sunflower seeds that you garnish
do.
a salad with.
We do. We have like a huge bag of sunflower seeds.
Yeah, so we're good.
Protein,
People are gonna-
fiber,
We're
a little crunch with the shake and bake.
we're regular preppers.
Oh, yeah. My mom is freaking out right now because she says we should have, which she's probably right, like some cans of chili, some box of cereal left in the back, some frozen pizzas always in the freezer, and she's probably right. Mom, you're right. So we're gonna sit around and look at each other and think of all the places where we could go instead if it wasn't raining, like church tomorrow, but we can't because it's raining. Hey, but we're gonna have a Facebook Live church service tomorrow, 10:15 Central Time. Connect up. We'll be there. And you can comment, and you can be a part of the church service. This is going to be a church service where we want you to talk
Yes.
and leave comments. So between now and then, hey, go enjoy each other.
We do.
We do.